At some point in your career, you have to decide if you care more about teaching to the test or teaching kids. My decision was made a long time ago. I teach kids, said Dave Burgess, author of Teach Like a Pirate, one of my favorite books. Why? This book explores the idea of reframing and restructuring school life. I want my students to have fun with their learning each day. I want them to leave the classroom with at least one positive memory of something they did that day. I want my students to be challenged and feel ready to try at any moment. I want them to be leaders and to think freely and critically. Each student is an inventor. They have their own passions and ideas. These ideas can help solve our world's issues. They are the ones who will lead us into the future. I want to be a teacher who lets my students' thoughts and ideas take the lead. So I ask you here today, do you want to teach to the books and tests, or do you want to create a world of learning apart from any other for your students? This is simple. Teach to have fun. Teach to learn by doing. Teach to where you don't feel like you're teaching at all. I find that often I'm standing off to the side admiring my students' work. I am just me, standing there, watching. I start to think, am I working? Should I be up in front of the class talking at all times? Am I not doing my job? Then instead of looking around, I see my students working together and getting tasks done. They are so focused. They are thinking outside of the box. They are creating ideas, sharing those ideas, and bringing them to life. I see students who are engaged in their learning. They are not sitting there like robots or completing an assignment just because I need a new grade in the gradebook. They are learning. Sometimes they learn without knowing they are learning. Bring the fun. One of my favorite lessons was when I challenged my students to create a pulley system that would transport a monkey from place to place. Without being able to supply real monkeys, I settled for printable versions. The students were quick to feel as though they failed, but they looked around, they gained inspiration, they talked, they tried, they failed again, but eventually they figured it out. Each design was different, each was its own. I'm trying to teach that nothing comes easy, that things are going to be hard, but we try, we fail, and we try again. There are many different ways to solve a problem. There are many different ways we can learn or to achieve something. I want my students to leave third grade knowing they can. They can solve the problems they face. They can invent new things. They can make their ideas come to life. I want them to leave third grade feeling like they are the smartest, not because they can pass a test, but because they know they are creative and they hold a power stronger than they believe. And that is the willingness to stand up for what they believe in, to take on challenges, and to listen to the thoughts and ideas of others. My students know they are smart, I can tell. It makes me happy to see them so confident in their ideas. I will continue to challenge them through fun. I will continue to make them strive for better than they think they can be. I see they are incredible. I want them to believe that and put forth their absolute best. I want them to get lost in the learning. I teach to have fun. I teach kids.